which we honor the men and women who have served our country and sacrificed for us. And also a weekend that traditionally begins our summer season, and we certainly love our summers here on Long Island. We're here at our Marine Bureau headquarters for a very important topic and discussion as we head into this Memorial Day weekend. And I'm joined by our Suffolk County Police Commissioner, who's going to be speaking in just a moment, Rodney Harrison, and I want to thank him. Also Chief Hardy, Chief of Patrol, who is here, Deputy Inspector Paul Mamay of the Marine Bureau, and all of our Marine Bureau officers and the members of the Suffolk County Police Department for the work they do for all of us each and every day. And so as we move into the Memorial Day weekend, this is a time of remembrance and honor, and it's also a time of celebration for families across the region as they begin this traditional kickoff to the summer season. And so we know that means people will be coming together, people will be going out and celebrating and enjoying all that we have to offer here, all the things that make Suffolk County and Long Island such a wonderful place to live, and that is great, and we want to see that happen, but we want to see people do that safely, in a way that protects themselves, their families, their loved ones, and other people as well. The last thing we want to see this Memorial Day weekend are accidents, injuries, or God forbid deaths associated with people who are celebrating this Memorial Day weekend and who may be making the decision to drive a vehicle impaired, to drive a car, or to drive a boat impaired as well. We know in either case that can lead to deadly consequences. And so we're here to say this, as we begin this Memorial Day weekend, to gather with family and friends in a responsible way, in a safe way, have a wonderful time this Memorial Day weekend, but do it responsibly and do it safely to protect yourself and loved ones and others as well. And so in order to do that, we, of course, the Suffolk County Police Department, the Commissioner Harrison, will be stepping up patrols this weekend on our roadways and on our waterways. And there's a new initiative that the Commissioner will talk about, Slow Down Suffolk, for this summer season, because we know that the period of time between Memorial Day weekend and Labor Day weekend is a time of enhanced risk on our roadways and our waterways. And we want to see people enjoy this summer, have a wonderful time, and not have a tragedy happen that can change the course of their lives. So the Commissioner will talk about that. We are, of course, be welcoming people to our amazing beaches this weekend, opening up Smith Point County Beach and Cupsog County Beach. And I'm a little surprised I have to be saying this. I've been doing this a long time, but we are enhancing our shark patrols as well. Last season was the first time in my time, both as a longtime town supervisor and as county executive, where we have had so many shark sightings and incidents occur this past summer. So, we will be coming into the season prepared for that, and we will be enhancing those shark patrols as well at our beaches this summer. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Commissioner Harrison, and again, my thanks to the Commissioner and all of the command staff and the members of the Suffolk County Police Department for their great work and for helping keep us safe. Commissioner? Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. So before I get started, I also want to thank the men and women of the armed forces for what they do for this country, protecting us, making sure we have our freedom, making sure we have the availability to raise our family, to be around our loved ones. So I salute the men and women that are part of the armed forces. So summer is officially here, and even though this is one of the best times of the year, I will say there are some concerns that come with that, and I just am in a great position to stand here with our county executive and talk about the importance and reminding people of not to drink, as well as drive a vehicle or a boat during these holidays, this holiday weekend, and going into the summer months. Unfortunately, we've seen too many issues, and there's going to be zero tolerance. If one of my officers come across an individual who is under the influence and driving a vehicle or operating a boat, that person is going to have to deal with the consequences. You know, last year we had 31 DWI arrests during Memorial Day weekend, but unfortunately we've seen too many incidents, and I'll show you the card that's over my left shoulder, that we've seen too many incidents where people have been killed driving while intoxicated and unable to go home to their family. This incident happened in 2021 in Center Reach. It's an unfortunate incident, but that individual was not driving. They were hit by somebody that was driving a car, and it's just a horrible thing that we have to do better and making sure that we're protecting one another when it comes to people driving under the influence. And these are the numbers that we've seen so far this year. We've had 50 fatalities this year versus 43 last year. Out of those 50, 19 of them are pedestrians. That's a percentage of a 47% increase versus last year. So this is something that we are taking a closer look at. And in the past, we've seen a spike of teen accidents that have resulted in too many deaths during Memorial Day through Labor Day. That's why we call it the 100 deadliest days. So speeding, driving while intoxicated or under the influence, driving while distracted, it has to stop. And I am very proud to announce a new initiative that we're doing. It's called Slow Down Suffolk. This initiative, which calls upon motorists to reduce their speed and prioritize traffic safety, is also going to help bring awareness about the dangers of excessive speeding and encourage responsible driving habits throughout our county. We will conduct educational programs in schools, community centers, and public events to focus on the dangers of speeding and the importance of safe driving practices. Our enforcement and strategy efforts will be intensified as we will identify certain locations where we see too many vehicle crashes and make sure we are putting our officers in the right locations. And some of these locations we've identified have been Long Island Expressway, Sunrise Highway, Route 347, Suffolk Avenue, Middle Country Road, and the list goes on and on. So the precision strategy of enforcement and providing education to the residents about driving speeds, I personally believe, will have a major effect going in the future to see less deaths that are caused from people driving recklessly, as well as people operating boats in a way that causes deaths to any of our residents out here in Suffolk County. So the Suffolk County Police Department is buying into it. Our elected officials are supporting me. We need the residents of this county to get the word out. Slow Down Suffolk. Help us make sure we are all involved in this new campaign, because as you can see, one death is one too many. Thank you very much.
Sorry, Commissioner, any questions?
Can you talk a little bit more about your SOC patrol?
Well, last year, given the number of incidents, we had incidents of lifeguards and surfer bitten, suffering laceration. What we did was we purchased additional jet skis to be able out there to do patrolling out a little bit further into the waters, as well as increasing when there is a concern increasing the number of lifeguards that are actually looking and watching the waterways specifically for sharks. Unfortunately, it's not something that we had dealt with here traditionally in the past. If there was a sighting, it was very sporadic. But last summer was completely unique in terms of the number of shark-related incidents we've seen. We believe the waterways are safe here. The type of sharks we're talking about are not a danger. They're not looking for human contact. We believe that the incidents that happened last summer were essentially incidental, but nevertheless, we have to be cognizant, aware, and taking precautions. You want to take a look
Yeah,
at the, let's.